Hello, everyone. Pat Dana MMA back with another DWCS breakdown. I think this is episode 15 of our breakdown. So, another little milestone that we reached. So, happy to have made it here with you guys. Going to be breaking down the light heavyweight banger, I would say, between Francesco Mazzeo and Kevin Christian. This fight should be fun. It should definitely end in a finish for sure. Going to be getting into Francesco Mazzeo first here. So Mazzeo is 4-0. He's from Italy and he fought in Cage Warriors. He was 3-0 in that promotion. So he's very young in his career, but has fought in a solid promotion already for most of it. He has just one pro fight at light heavyweight. His other fights came at middleweight. He did fight as a light heavyweight in his amateur career, but his pro career has mostly been at middleweight. Mazzeo is just pressuring forward immediately, throwing bombs with ridiculous power. There's no other way to put it. He is just running in, looking to catch you immediately. He has ridiculous speed, some amazing combinations, and just his right hand, so much power. It's just an absolute kill shot. It will end the fight if it lands clean the way he wants it to, because he is swinging with all of his power to come out the gates with that right hand. He is so quick. He moves very fast, has some great combinations, good head movement. He's so strong. Hard leg kicks, powerful head kicks. He's twitchy on the feet, not easy to hit, not easy to read. And he's an all around package on the feet, apart from the fact that he has a horrible gas tank. His one fight that went over the 3 minute mark of the first round, he gassed out very badly and had well, we'll talk about it in a bit, but he has a very bad gas tank. He does have takedowns, but he's just not the best grappler. He looks for the early takedown, but he shouldn't. He should just go for those big shots, especially in this fight. He has some powerful ground and pound. He just doesn't have good takedown defense, not good grappling in general. He can get up pretty quick just because of how strong and big he is. He gassed out in 3 minutes against Angus Hewitt in that fight. He was still dangerous when he gassed out. He dropped Hewitt a couple times actually when he was completely gassed. But once he is gassed, he can start to be dominated in fights. He got the DQ in that fight because of an illegal knee that Hewitt landed after he had gassed out and they were grappling in the early second round. And then Mazzeo was just like, I can't see. And they stopped the fight and gave him the DQ win. So that was a bit of a weird one. He kind of might have taken the easy way out there. I don't want to say he did for sure, but there's a chance that he did. So that was just not the best look. But in those first 3 minutes, Mazzeo is as dangerous of a fighter as they come. He is just so incredible, so explosive, and can very well finish anyone in the first round, I would say, of a fight. Moving on to Brazil's Kevin Christian, he is a massive 6'7" with an 80-inch reach at light heavyweight. Absurd build, absurd build. His last fight was in LFA. He had a massive underdog win. And LFA says he's 7-2. Tapology says he's 8-2. But either way, he has finished every fight in his career. He's slowly moved over the years from lightweight to light heavyweight. This will only be his second fight at light heavyweight. So he was a 6'7" lightweight at one point, which is just wild to think about. But he is very skinny. He just has one fight in the last 5 years, though. So this will only be his second fight at light heavyweight and his second fight in the last 5 years, which is just not the best thing for sure. He has some very basic striking on the feet, mixes it to the body well, but has a pretty big right hand that he doesn't really use enough and doesn't know how to use his length well. He has a good jab at range and his kicks are pretty solid as well, like to the body especially. But other than that, he does not know how to use his length and isn't the best fighter on the feet. He can fall into a brawl and get clipped. He runs in kind of recklessly swinging, arms just kind of flailing around sometimes, and definitely overextends a lot, leaves his chin up. He just has that tall man's defense, and yeah, just not the best defensive fighter on the feet. He does have some decent counters, like I said, those front kicks, good knees, but just not, it leaves a lot to be desired on the feet. On the ground is where he really shines. He's a BJJ black belt, and he's just so slick off his back. Slick triangles, slick arm bars, just good chokes, great BJJ overall. And for a 6'7" guy, he's very slippery on the ground for his BJJ, very solid. He can hold his chokes for a very long time. I've seen him hold chokes for over 2 minutes before on like multiple occasions. Like this isn't like a one-time thing. It's pretty nuts. He holds his chokes for a very long time. He does have some decent takedowns, but his control overall isn't the best for a BJJ black belt, I'd say. It's just his submissions. Sometimes he even accepts his back position and would rather his opponent be on top and him work submissions off of his back. He is very good off of his back, but just very strange. Good trips. I think that he has better trips than traditional takedowns, and he can come back after losing. He has been down in fights before and came back and gotten submission wins, finish wins. He's a very interesting fighter because there's not a lot to see there. Like a lot of his fights look similarly, at least, and the level of competition, it's very mixed. Like he doesn't have a lot of good wins on his resume. His last win was great, but Porto now is only still like 4-2, I think. So I don't know about Kevin Christian. I know he's the favorite coming into this fight, but I'm not as confident as some people are in Kevin Christian. I actually am leaning towards picking Francesco Mazzeo in this fight because I do think that Christian's defense, especially, leaves a lot to be desired on the feet, and that Mazzeo in those first 3 minutes, like I said, will have the capability to take him out. And I think he will. Christian's been dropped and hurt in fights before. I've seen him get clipped, and it's been by guys that are not as powerful and not as scary and quick in those first 3 minutes than as Mazzeo. So as long as Mazzeo fights smart and doesn't wrestle early, he should, in my opinion, get the finish within the first 3 to 4 minutes of this fight, I think. But if he decides to wrestle with Christian, he is going to be submitted. There's no question that Christian is more likely to win once this fight gets outside of the first round. But I just think Mazzeo is very likely to win in that first round if he keeps this fight on the feet. And I don't think Christian will be able to take him down within those first couple minutes while he's still strong and has all his cardio. So give me Francesco Mazzeo here by first round KO. I think he'll get this fight finished in the first 3 or so minutes, maybe even quicker. And he'll make quick work of Kevin Christian and easily get signed to the UFC. Will probably have the one of the knockout of the year candidates because I think Mazzeo just packs so much power. I mean, his last fight was a ridiculous highlight reel. So give me Francesco Mazzeo first round KO in this fight. I wanted to thank all of you for coming in and watching episode 15 of my DWCS breakdowns. Only one more left for this week. I will be up tomorrow before the fights. Please tune in for that. Daniel Frunza versus Vadim Kutsi. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you for tomorrow's video. Thank you.